I think another thing too is, in schools, in districts, in a lot of organizations, there's this sense that, and it's mission driven. We want things to be better for students and families. We care about that. There's an urgency to things becoming better right away. Um, and I think part of what Chicago did and what others would do well to think about is, the problems didn't come about in a day. They came about over decades. And those problems aren't going to be solved in a day. In Chicago, it took decades. And I think that that's frustrating for groups, for organizations, but it's really important for people to attend to that. And I think kind of related to that, there were a lot of things that were tried in Chicago that failed. And then there were some things that were very important that were real high leverage that worked. And when you read the book and you look at sort of what did take hold, most of those initiatives were given permission. There was that innovation space that Tony mentioned before, to actually start small and carefully when you were trying something new and you really didn't know too much about it yet. To learn from when it was small and you could kind of still look at the whole thing, and then iterate on it, and then scale it slowly, and scale it not slowly, but scale it with attention to how it was going into different contexts and different places. And I think that's a way of working. It's an improvement orientation that kind of people don't understand, that you can start small to learn fast and you can actually change a system. And if you think about what we wrote from that perspective, there are a lot of examples of that. And I would love for people for that to be one of the takeaways,
Yeah.
not this demand that we got to fix this overnight. And, we failed. Why did we fail? Well, of course we failed. There are other ways to do things that are can be more thoughtful.